Well, here we are. Happy Friday.
Yeah. You've been traveling, right?
Yeah, we're done. I mean, I think we got back on the 13th, so we've been home for 2 weeks. And I really like it. We usually are in Washington for our summer trip right now, and then we kind of get back and it's basically time to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
But this has been way better to just have a few weeks. So we've been going to musicals and parties and swimming and water parks. We've just been having a good old time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I took Kari
Yeah.
to see the Bring It On musical the other night, which,
How did that go?
well, it's not the same as the movie. And so I made the mistake of showing her the movie, which was made in the year 2000, and it has a lot of content that would not be considered socially acceptable to create right now. Like, is a little shocking.
And that wasn't that long ago, I don't think. I'm
No,
like, oh yeah, 2000. That was just a few years ago. No, it
no,
was 25 years ago.
no. I mean,
25. Oh my
you
God.
remember the whole thing about the boy cheerleaders and where their hands end up under the girls' skirts?
Yes.
Like that's a recurring theme in this movie. So, and then the musical was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, so it all sounds a little bit like Moana, Encanto, Hamilton, and it
Yeah.
has some very. I mean, the musical. I should look up what year it was written. It's got a lot of PC themes in it that weren't in the 2000 movie. So the musical is definitely a little woker than the movie.
That's refreshing.
Yeah. But we had a good time.
Oh,
And then
that's good.
last night we saw Mary Poppins.
Mm,
And they loved it, except I mean, it was a whole thing because it's still a little too long for the 5-year-old.
yeah.
And she was starving. And so then she was like standing up and yelling she was hungry. And we were in the 4th row. Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
God, I feel like I feel like I haven't woke up today. There's been so much going on. So, uh, my parents have been in town, um, and so we were out in Washington and then flew back. My mom flew back with us,
Mm-hmm.
and then dad came in, what's today? 3 nights ago, Tuesday night he came. Um, and so we've just been, like, running around doing stuff, and my mom didn't sleep that well last night, and she's like, "I'm really tired." I'm like, "Well, why don't I drop you at the hotel, and then I'll bring Cordelia back later." And they're like, "Okay." So that's what we did today.
They got a pool over there at the hotel.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
got a really it's kind of a cool little setup they have because the pool's only 3.5 feet, and it's an indoor pool and it's small. So it's nice that, like, I mean, Cordelia's an excellent swimmer. Like, I don't have to worry about her at all. But it's nice for when she has friends that are not as good of swimmers as her.
Oh, yeah. That
So
happens to us a lot too. And I don't even think about my kids in the water. They're fine. They
yeah.
always have been. I haven't worried about them pretty much ever.
Yeah, we never had. Well, Cordelia worked, or Justin worked with Cordelia a lot about, like, teaching her how to swim, and like, for years he just would be out with her all summer, and you know, and now she's can just pretty much do whatever she wants. So when I have other people that are like, "Oh yeah, my 8-year-old or doesn't really know how to swim," I'm like, "How do they not?" You know what I mean? Um, but I'm like, okay, well, I guess not everybody teaches their kids that. I don't know, but to be fair, Cordelia doesn't know how to tie her shoes or ride a bike yet. So,
Yeah. We don't know how to ride a bike either.
I'm like, okay, well,
When you live on a busy street like we do, you can't, there's no like just go outside and ride your bike, and it's a hill.
right. Well,
So,
here in our community, she could absolutely get on her bike and ride around everywhere, and the other kids
yeah.
do, and we have it. We just, you know, haven't had the time,
Mhm.
so we're talking about should we get her a new bike because she's so much taller now. I don't think the other one's gonna work well. So we're talking about that.
You can
Uh,
go to Walmart and just ride around the store on the bikes.
mhm,
I don't know if they
yeah,
let you do that, but that's what we do.
mhm, yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
probably have to go over there and get her something. Millie.
My daughter's been looking a little bit heavy, and I'm really sensitive about it. And
Mhm,
it's really hard for me to not try to control what she's eating. And on one hand, we have a part of our job is making sure they eat right.
mhm,
And on the other hand, I don't want to screw her up in the head, like I got screwed up in the head.
yeah.
So yesterday, I saw what she had on her plate for breakfast that my husband made her for breakfast, and it was 2 kolaches and a pile of chocolate chip pancakes. Just basically like all carbs and 2 little whatever the little sausages were inside the kolaches. And I happened to had already looked at the nutrition on the kolache bag earlier, like weeks ago, and I said to myself, "Never give her more than one of these." So there's 2 on the plate, so I pick one up and I put it in the kitchen. Fine, should be done, but there's like no fruit, no milk, really almost no protein. So then
Mhm.
she walks in the kitchen and she goes, "Hey, who took my kolache?" And so we got into a kind of a huge argument about why are you feeding her 2 kolaches and where's her fruit? And he's like, "Well, fruit's not even that good for you."
Oh my god. It's better than all that.
I said, "Have you read the label on the kolaches?" "Well, that's not real. That stuff doesn't really matter." "Oh, okay." So
Mm,
anyway, last night at Mary Poppins, the girls are both in their pretty dresses waiting to go I don't remember where we were. And the little one says to the big one, "You're fat." I
no.
said, "She's not fat. That's just how she stands. She stands with her, she, she sticks her belly out. She stands like a little girl. Like she doesn't stand up straight. She just kind of stands like she stands at gymnastics. Like, you know what I mean?"
Oh, no.
So they're already doing it. And it's really hard. They're both really good athletes already. They're in great shape. They probably burn a gazillion calories a day. I don't know why she has a belly, and I don't know what to do about it, and I'm stuck. I'm pretty sure eating 2 kolaches for breakfast with chocolate chip pancakes is not a good idea.
That's a lot of food. Well, we
Mm,
so we have a, which is funny that you're talking about the kolaches because I told my parents, they're like, we're gonna come over and bring donuts." I'm like, "No, no, no, no. Don't bring the donuts. Go to the kolache store because there's like a chain here. This
yeah.
isn't just like, And and I was like, "They're really good. They're gonna be way better than donuts." And they're like, "Okay." So we get one. Cordelia had zero interest. None. I cut one in half and I said, "Look, we got the breakfast ones. Eggs, bacon, cheese on the inside of it." And she had zero interest. And I'm like, "Well, more for me because they're delicious."
Mhm.
Um,
Well, it really
so
wasn't about what are we eating, it was about the size of the serving
mhm,
and this just constant pattern of putting too much food on her plate all the
yeah.
time.
Does she feel like she has to finish her food?
No. She
Right.
and she frequently doesn't,
Okay.
but I think it's more about having a pattern of knowing what is like what's normal and not normal. Like I don't want to continue normalizing putting a ton of food on her plate and waiting for her to not finish it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, getting my daughter to eat enough is my challenge. I'm like, "You need to eat more bites." There's there's a follow-up to the Go to Fuck to Sleep book called
Oh.
You Need to Fucking Eat.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm like, "I need this." She doesn't have any problem getting down Oreos. ice cream, any of that stuff, that goes down real easy. But,
Mhm.
like, I was just, "Okay, well, you need some protein, so you can have, like, do you want a hot dog? Bacon?" She does, like, sometimes she'll do, like, hard salami. She'll do
Mm.
sausage.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, she loves chicken. She'll eat all kinds of chicken. So, but it's almost like I have to be like, "Okay, eat this part, and then you can have this other." But
Yes. You can have 5 chicken nuggets. That's fine. Don't take 10. Have 5. If you're still hungry, come back and get another 2. Let's not start with 10.
right. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
that yeah, I would just maybe start with, like, more manageable size portions. I mean, because,
Well, for
for a
me, it
7
was
or 8 year
like
old to eat
I
10
made a
chicken nuggets is a
rule
lot.
where I just won't put her food on anything but a kid's plate
Mhm.
because it's self-limiting. And then it
Mhm.
doesn't look like I didn't give her enough food. If it's on an adult size plate or a paper plate,
Mhm.
then there's white space in it, But really, like, how many of these crazy rules are from my own life and my own dysfunction
Mhm.
crashing down on me now?
Yeah.
And then,
Well, it is really hard to not protect your own shit on your kids. Like, it's really difficult,
yeah, well,
you
okay,
know?
that's really what happened was that in the midst of this kolache fight, he said, "You're going to end up just like your mom."
Oh, no.
Yeah,
That's not the right thing to say ever.
pretty much no.
Anybody that's listening, don't ever. That's not good.
It's also not true.
Right. Yeah.
Did
But
she do some stuff that was not right? Yeah, but was she trying her best? Yes, she was.
and she didn't know any different. It's just not. Yeah.
I don't even know what right is. Like,
Mhm.
I got on the scale this morning myself just because I haven't in quite a while.
Mhm.
And I was at 187. And I recently was thinking about like the last time I saw someone who I used to work with and really love. And I remember when I saw him, there's a picture of this day that I saw him, and I was at 240, and I was so proud of myself for being at 240. And here I am at 187, and I'm like, oh, I still have 17 to go. And I'm not happy. I mean, I'm happy enough. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gained some weight just over the last probably a month, like maybe 5 pounds. I don't know. Maybe it's been longer than that. Um but again, like I talked like last time, like I'm not doing the stuff I really need to do, which when I
Yeah.
was being really successful, it was because I was being more cognizant about what I was eating and putting in my food app and keeping track of okay, well, I've had 1700 calories, so probably I don't need to drink that 200-calorie glass of wine, or whatever.
Mhm.
So that is, I just gotta start doing that more.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
so
so
I think
excited for school to start because they will all be out the door at 7 o'clock in the morning every single day.
mhm.
Like, what am I
I
going to do with
keep
all this
forgetting your
free
husband is a
time?
teacher and that
Yeah.
he's off. Yeah, that would make me insane if I had 2 kids and a husband, not he'll be like, and you had to work all the time and then they were just fucking around. I'd be like, "Go fuck around in another place
Yeah.
because I can't with you." Yeah, that would make me insane. Um, Especially if he was like, "I'm just gonna take a nap." Like,
A
yeah, I don't know.
lot, a lot of naps and a lot of like, and I kind of look around and I go, why am I still doing the dishes and the laundry? Or
Mhm. That's one
Just the
thing about my
things.
husband is when he wasn't working, he kept the house way cleaner than I ever possibly could.
Yeah.
He didn't do my laundry, but he did all of his and Cordelia's laundry, and he kept the kitchen in order.
Mhm.
I am not good at that. I'm getting better, but that's rough. Speaking of jobs, I have a line on a job.
Oh, good.
Um, so I reached out to a friend of mine that I worked with at OfferPad, and we were just talking, and she's the director of operations for this company, and we got onto the subject of work, and she said something about needing a transaction coordinator. I'm like, well, hire me, I'm ready. Like, I'm not doing this other thing I was doing. So I'm gonna talk with her on Monday. She's like, well, I don't
Good.
know if we can offer
Promising.
you that much money, like as much as I was making before. And I'm like, well, I've been making $0 for quite a while, so I think I'll be okay. I was like, and if I work from home and I don't have to buy a new wardrobe to go into the office and I don't have to drive anywhere,
Yep.
like that counts for a lot.
A lot. I know.
A lot. And I
It's a
was like,
lot.
and for what it's worth, I don't need any benefits. Like I get everything I need from Justin at Walmart, and
Mhm.
um I was like, some vacation time would be nice and a 401k would be great, but it's not a deal breaker. And she's like, oh, okay. Like,
That's good. That makes you very
well,
attractive as a hire. Like, I don't need anything. Please hire me.
ye- right. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay. And I think it would be like, because I wouldn't be doing anything really customer facing, the hours would be more flexible. So I feel like, okay, I could get, take Cordelia down to the bus stop and wait for 15 minutes to get her on the bus and in the afternoon. And that's not going to be like a huge problem because I'm worried about like somebody calling me and I'm going to miss a phone call. And then my manager's gonna be like, well, you missed this call. What were you doing? Like that. So that's nice. So we'll see. I mean, she and I are very good friends, and we kind of went through a lot of the same things at this company we worked out together. Uh, and so she knows me, she knows my abilities. So as far as like
You got skills.
getting the job, it's not even really going to
Yeah.
be like, oh, will they hire me or not? If she wants me, I'm hired. So it
Mhm.
just depends on how much she can offer me. But she's like, well, I'm going to talk with the CEO about it. Okie dokie. You do.
I'm conditioned if when I hear the word abilities to say and skills, like nunchuck skills, ninja skills.
Nunchuck skills. Yep. Yep.
We have quite a few new projects starting, and two of them are in the addiction and recovery space.
Ooh.
So branching out over here on the podcast front, and really excited about it. Going to be really different.
Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on just a second. I got to message the Deborah.
Tell her you're busy. Clickety, clickety.
There we go. I thought I set my phone to do not disturb, but apparently not in here.
Okay.
So, well, that's really cool. So tell me about that and like what
Mm-hmm.
what does that like look like?
Mm-hmm.
What
They're
format are you
both,
thinking?
well, it's really similar to picking a doctor. When you are about to go to rehab, inpatient rehab, you're committing to at least 28 days of going inside, leaving your life behind to try to get clean. That's a really stressful thing to do. And so if you're going to do it, I think your predominant feeling is, if I'm going to do this, it better work. I don't want to do this and fail.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
I
the Deborah
think,
says hi. She wants me to tell her Deborah says hi. Everyone listening, the Deborah says hello. Sorry, continue.
I love you, Deborah. Okay. So, you want to know who's going to be inside this facility. We have a really nice opportunity to take people inside to meet who they're going to work with to try to get clean and sober. And the
Mhm.
audiences there's so many different audiences. So in one of them, I think we're probably going to be speaking to the person themselves, the addict who's trying to get clean. And the other one, which I am a little more passionate about, I think, is to the parent of the child or the young adult who is an addict and asking the question, is my son an addict or is my daughter an addict? And the really shocking part of doing this work is that there is no one I know who hasn't been affected by this in some way.
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, both my parents are,
Mhm.
recovered alcoholics. They haven't drank in 35 years,
Yeah.
37, 38, something like that, like forever. Um, I love this whole idea. If there's anything I can do to help or,
Sure.
I'm down to, ask questions, interview people. You just let me know. Happy to help. I was married to an alcoholic for 13 years. So I have
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Uh,
that's what I mean when I say I don't know anyone who's not touched by this
mhm.
issue.
Yeah, I
In
quit a job because the guy was an alcoholic. Like
oh, that was our last episode.
that was the, so, yeah, I love this. I love the idea of like interviewing the providers
Mhm.
and getting their why, getting their like, I do this because, whatever that answer is. Now, whether it's, I had this in my personal life or I just like really enjoy helping people or through my own sobriety journey, I've,
I think
like,
that's
I'm
the
so sorry,
predominant
Lily is just
way
so
that the way people get into this, that's the predominant way is that they've already gone through it themselves and then
right.
they like it's almost like the trainer who loses weight and then I mean the fat person who loses weight and becomes a trainer because they need it to be
They
their
get
life
it.
so they don't go
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, it was somebody I was talking to, now I can't remember. There's some conversation that just came into my brain about a guy talking about, helping people with addictions. And he's like, it's almost impossible to be able to help people with addiction problems if you haven't yourself had an addiction issue or don't
Yeah.
have somebody like really close to you, like a parent that had an addiction issue. Like, it's not usual for somebody to just be like, I want to do this for a living and addiction's never touched my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, I don't know why that came into my
Yeah.
brain. But
Well, I have two, really three. The food thing is that was an addiction. We
mhm,
explored on this podcast. This is about what happens when there's less of you.
mhm,
And what's left? Well, I think like any addiction, the addiction's still there. And now we're kind of in recovery. Like you and I explore how
mhm.
we're recovering from that
Yeah.
this way. And I didn't need it. Well, I did need medical intervention. It just happened to be medication and not therapy. I probably should go to therapy
I was like, we
for
probably both should go.
well, I do. I just didn't go for this reason. I went for lots of other reasons.
Maybe we need to find like a food addiction specialist therapist that can
Yeah.
come on the show and like talk to us about like psychologically like what happens
Yeah,
and
we
in
do.
conjunction with, we should absolutely do that. I think that would be really, really fascinating and insightful.
Well, I can
Um,
make that happen. My old friend Dr. Misra, she's an obesity medicine specialist. She was really busy last time I talked to her, but I'll find out if she's around.
yeah, that would be really cool and get somebody on like that
Yep.
and say, this is what's happening to you like emotionally and this is what's happening to you physiologically and in your brain chemistry and all the things.
Mhm.
um and
Yeah. And then my
uh
other two, I smoked from about 18 to 35.
did you really?
Mhm.
That's one thing that I am so proud of myself that I never fucking did, is picked up a cigarette ever.
Really?
Never.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
they're
Now I've
my
smoked weed.
my
I
precious.
would.
Like if you told me it was okay to smoke again, I'd go to the store right now.
Yeah, so no, I never to me it just didn't. I was like, man, I don't need a fucking cigarette. I need a cheeseburger. Hi.
Yeah. Well,
Millie.
they always say when you stop
What?
smoking that you're gonna like gain a bunch of weight.
Yeah, well, it happened to my
Well,
mom.
yeah, and it's
Yeah, when
true. for me, it was very gradual. It was like less than a pound a month, but then 10 or 15 years go by, and that's a lot over time. It
Mhm.
wasn't a little.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm so sorry. My bird is so annoying.
It's okay.
Well, it's storming outside, and
Oh,
I think she's kind of like, you know how birds are so sensitive with like the magnetic fields and all the
the barometric
like, this
pressure.
is oh my god, I'm so sorry,
Okay,
editors.
bird. We'll let you
No.
have the floor, bird. It's okay because I have like an asinine amount of work to do, and it's 2:30 on Friday, so
Hmm.
I should go do it.
Um, total side note,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try not to get upset. Oh fuck.
Okay.
Okay. My um she's my niece, my husband's brother's stepdaughter. He's been married to her mom 18 years and she's 20.
Okay. So her
She
dad.
basically she has I mean she still has a relationship with her
Yeah.
father, you know. Um she was in a um very very bad car accident a couple of days ago.
Oh no.
Like we're not sure how she's even alive.
Oh my God.
Um this happened in Coeur d'Alene, she where she lives. She They don't know what happened or what caused this. She was speeding, she drifted across the center line, she flew head on into a farm truck. Crushed the whole left side of her head, cracked
Oh,
sternum. Her she's getting oh, what did they tell me? Today's update is not great. Hang on. Let's see. She's getting a tracheotomy and her mouth wired shut. So they need to remove the ventilator, but there's so much damage to her palate and her cheekbones and her jaw that basically the ventilator is what's holding her face together.
oh,
And this girl is stunning.
oh
Stunning.
no.
Yeah. Several crushed bones, crushed cheekbones. Um, her palate is significantly separated and will collapse once the ventilator is removed.
Is she still in Coeur d'Alene or did they move
No,
her?
they had to airlift her from Coeur d'Alene all the way to Seattle. She's in Harborview.
Yeah.
At least that's where, so they're rewiring her mouth shut. This is the first of many surgeries. The next one would be scheduled for Wednesday, where they're going to try to repair her palate, which will require plates and screws.
Oh, how terrible.
Yeah. Angiogram scheduled for Monday. Don't have a time yet. They also need, I'm like shaking talking about this. They want to check her artery that runs the left side of her orbital eye area and along her neck. They couldn't get a good image through the CT scan that they did. And then she has a brain bleed.
I'm sorry, Cam.
So I'm like, I was literally just with her parents when I was in Washington a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So, because my husband called me and he's like, her name's Brenna. So if anybody wants to say a prayer for Brenna,
Hmm.
please do. Um, she's 20 years old and she's an esthetician and she's just, living her 20-year-old best life. So, um, I was just for sure that she had died. Like I was like, because my husband had called and he said, um, and he doesn't ever just call me when he's at work.
Hmm.
He doesn't ever
No, you
just,
knew
hey,
something
babe.
was wrong.
Right. He's calling me and I'm like, it's odd. It doesn't happen every once in a while, but it's not common. And I could just immediately tell by the tone of his voice that something was way, way wrong. And he's like, Diana's her mom and Mickey's her stepdad, which is my husband's brother. He's like, Mickey and Diane are hauling ass from Maple Valley. If anybody knows the Seattle area, they're in Maple Valley to
Yep.
Coeur d'Alene, which is 6-hour drive.
Yeah.
They got about halfway when they were informed that she
They were
was being
flying her.
air flighted.
Yeah. So they turned around.
Mhm.
Oh,
And he said, he's like, we don't really know anything. We just know that it's bad. And that just, to me, that means I was like, oh, it's because they don't want to tell the parents that she died until they get to the hospital or whatever. That's what I was convinced myself of. And they're like, but she is responding to some neurological testing, and I think she's somewhat responsive, but she's basically in a coma. It's so I can't.
that's going to be a long road for them.
Oh, like absolutely. She's going to need, this could be years if she may not even fully recover.
Mm-mm.
Like physically, I don't think that she will. It's not like, oh, she's just going to get a surgery and she's going to bounce back in 6 months. She's going to be fine. Millie. Oh my God. She's going to be. I'm going to open the window so you can just fly away. So yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear it.
Anybody out there listening wants to say a prayer for Miss Brenna, please, please do. You know, I don't think she's in like really critical care in the sense that they're worried that she's not going to make it. I think we're out of those woods, but just barely.
Right.
So anyways, I didn't mean to bring the mood down, but that's just what I'm going through and what is happening. And yeah, so.
Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, I always like talking to you about all kinds of stuff.
Does anybody like listening to us talk about it?
I don't think it matters. I just think we do this, and if somebody is getting something from it, whatever, great.
Yeah. You know,
If not, that's fine.
Ashley, who I had on to talk about her surgery after her weight loss, that
Yeah.
we hit an all-time download record. So we're going to have Ashley back again. And my
Oh,
whole team
yes.
is really excited for you to meet her because she's so cool.
Oh yeah.
And then
I'd love to.
there's another person, her name is Rebecca, and she was on one of our other shows talking about her surgery, but she lost all her weight after gastric bypass. So I asked her if she would come talk to us, and she was like, absolutely.
Yes.
So I think it'd be interesting to have that conversation with Rebecca about how different her experience was going that route and not medication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
totally.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yep.
Good stuff.
Get it scheduled, girl. Do it.
Okay. I'm on it.
Okay.
Don't get a job so we can just record whenever. Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
We take donations. Who wants to sponsor us so Cammie doesn't have to work? Can we?
Yeah. Well, I have the ads turned on. I'm sorry, audience, but I'll tell you how much we get from the ads. It's like $26 a month.
I don't even think that covers the internet that we use to record.
It doesn't. It costs more to edit the episode than we're getting back in the. But that's okay.
That's great.
We appreciate you listening through the ads so that we can make 7 cents.
Keep on, people. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, we're open to sponsorship if you're listening and you're like, I would love to sponsor this show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of getting smaller, this is not my wedding ring.
Oh.
I will show it to you.
Yeah, I finally got spacers. Did you see them on the?
No. You had to get spacers?
I got these little, they look like little old school phone cords. They're great. So,
here's my wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
Yes, this is the Queen of Hearts ring. Gotcha.
Kind of, yeah. So it's an Oregon sunstone. That's why it's so beautiful. And then it's rose gold. And my husband designed the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And it was way too big. Like, it's still a little bit big for now. But I'm like, well, how much skinnier can my finger get? Like, I don't.
Probably not much.
I'm like, It's already like a 6.5. I was like, but anyway, so I had my ring sized by the original jeweler that made it
Oh,
10
good.
years ago when I was back in Washington. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
The Harrison's Diamonds and Designs in Ephrata, Washington, in case anybody wants to know.
There is something in Ephrata. Who knew?
That's about it. That's about the most glamorous thing there. Yeah. So
Yeah, we had a great time in Washington. And when we get there, I'm always like, this is gonna be so long because it was 10 days, and I was like, how am I gonna get through this? And then at the
yeah,
end, I'm like, oh, it went by so fast.
yeah, it does.
Mhm.
That's why you just got to enjoy every day, even if it sucks. So,
Yeah.
all right, friend.
All right, love you bunches.
I love you too.
Have a good weekend. Follow us on Instagram at Less of You Podcast. Are you confronting the same challenges and have a story to tell? I'd love to hear your story on our Skinny Shot Stories podcast. Contact me for more details at skinnyshotstories.com. If you're a doctor and would like to learn more about sponsoring this or any of our cosmetic surgery and weight loss podcasts, go to lessofyou.com. Less of You is a production of The Axis, TAGAXIS.io.